Hey everyone, welcome to Rainbow Tarot UK. It's so lovely to have you here. Just want to say a big warm welcome to anyone who's new and also all my returning viewers and subscribers. Great to have you back. So today we're looking, aren't we? It's a no contact situation with your person, and we are exploring, how are they actually feeling in that no contact situation? What are they, are they wanting to reconnect? Do they want to reach out? Do they want to reconcile? So we're going to look at all those things in our reading today, and we're going to get straight to our 3 piles right now. Okay guys, so these are the 3 piles, and I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot for our 3 main groups. So we have got pile number, I picked up the wrong one there. Pile number 1, which is the 2 of Cups. You can see that there, the 2 of Cups. And the carnelian stone. So there we go. Beautiful carnelian stone there. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles as our group number 2. There is our 3 of Pentacles with the gorgeous amethyst. There you go. You can see that there. And then pile number 3 with the Page of Wands. There you go. Page of Wands with the little selenite stone here. So there you go, that is our 3 piles. Use your intuition, as I always say. Go for the pile that's calling for you, the one that is really, the one that you feel drawn to. There might be more than one pile, and that sometimes happens to me when I watch readings. So, you might want to listen to messages in both those piles. And remember, just take, as I always say, take what feels right. Take what fits your situation. If it's not fitting your situation, that particular message, then it's not for you. And remember, it's timeless, so it's good for whenever you're finding it. But other than that, I'll see you in your reading. Bye for now. Hey number 1, and welcome back to your reading. So today's reading is you're in a no contact situation with your person, and we're going to be exploring, what are they feeling in that no contact situation, and do they, are they thinking about reconnecting, reaching out, maybe reconciling? So you came into the reading under the gorgeous 2 of Cups here. There you go, 2 people enjoying each other's company, looking very relaxed with each other, which is interesting in a no contact situation. But anyway, that is the main card, and the little carnelian stone here, which is gorgeous. So I also pre-shuffled a couple of oracle cards. Let's get straight to those. So we have got waterproof. I mean, that always reminds me of protection, because when you've got a waterproof coat on, you are sort of protected, aren't you, from the rain. And these raindrops are falling off this crow here. They're sort of, able to withstand the rain because it's not penetrating. So that's card number 53. Oh, and then we have fear. Okay. So, I mean, what I'm more getting from these 3 cards is that I just feel intuitively that your person might be thinking back on the good times in some way. There might be an element of thinking back on the good times, remembering the fact that the connection when it was good, when you got on, when you had a great time together, when you enjoyed each other's company, when you felt relaxed. So there might be a little bit of harking back to that, memories, that kind of thing. But there might be some protection as well. I feel like this person is very protected at the moment, or they are trying to protect their feelings. It could be that they are trying not to let that, if you are in a separation situation, they're trying, although they're having those memories, they're also sort of defensive and protective as well. So it's like they can look back, but they are protected kind of in reality. They are protecting their heart in reality. And there's some fear. There's some fear in some way. I don't know what that fear's about. We're going to explore that in a minute. But there seems to be a little bit of fear. Maybe it's a fear in kind of opening up about possibly how they're really feeling, which could be the 2 of Cups. But let's do some more tarot and see what else comes out. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So first of all, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to look at how they are currently feeling, what's going on for them really. So how is pile number one's person currently feeling at the moment? What's going on for them in this no contact situation? How are they feeling currently in themselves about pile number one? What is going on for them? King of Cups. How are they feeling currently? Page of Wands. Okay. How is pile number one's person currently feeling about pile number one, just in themselves, and about this kind of no contact scenario? What is going on? Ten of Swords. Okay. And then the overarching energy is the Nine of Wands. Yeah, it's actually, these cards kind of reflect what's going on here. I think, I mean, the overarching energy, and it's interesting, isn't it? Because I sort of said with the waterproof card, there was an element of self-preservation, self-protection, not feeling able to, not letting anything penetrate really, or get through. And that is very similar to the Nine of Wands. So the overarching energy is the Nine of Wands, which is quite a sort of defensive energy. It's like somebody who it's kind of like a little bit of the wounded warrior energy. You know, they're going to defend their position, they're going to defend themselves, they're going to, you know, try and stand strong. They might be a little bit worn out. So I feel like your person is maybe trying to protect or defend against how they are actually really feeling, or maybe they might be trying to put on a bit of a front here, and that could be because it actually scares them, or there's some fear around sort of either acknowledging that, actually being open and acknowledging that within themselves, or maybe to you, maybe they think the situation is completely over and that they can't possibly allow those feelings, those memories to resurface. It's kind of got that kind of element to it, because we have the first card is the King of Cups, which is of course a very loving card, and it goes with the Two of Cups. So it makes me feel, you know, the King of Cups is somebody who's very loving, very wise, very caring, very nurturing, very deep in their feelings and emotions, very able, actually interestingly, able to express their feelings and emotions. So I feel like this person sort of has these feelings still for you and the connection that probably go quite deep. I think they'd love to be able to express them, but they feel like they can't, or they feel like they have to keep it suppressed in some way. I mean, the Page of Wands, it feels to me like, again, the pages are all about new beginnings, and they're also about messages. And this is a very passionate, fiery card. So I feel like this person does still feel a strong attraction towards you, still a strong connection to the relationship, is still connected to it, is remembering maybe the romance that you shared when you in the good times, maybe the passion, are remembering and recognizing all those feelings, but there's a fear with them maybe around expressing them, or either to themselves or to you. Now the Ten of Swords is like a situation that has come to an end, so they are feeling, I think there's maybe a big part of them is feeling this situation is over. I still have all these feelings for pile number one, but actually in reality this situation is over, and I need to not let that influence me. I need to somehow push down my feelings. I can't possibly allow them to penetrate, even though I feel them, even though I feel this connection with them, even though I feel this sense of love towards them, even though I feel this sense of passion. It's dead in the water, and I don't see how I can possibly now tell pile number one, or let pile number one know, or express myself. I feel like for whatever reason, and it could be the situation, you might already be in another situation. They might think you're in another situation. They might think that you've completely moved on. Because people can be in no contact situations at different stages. You might be asking about an ex that's, you haven't seen for 3 years, but you always like them, or you might be asking about somebody that you split up with last week. So, but this person seems to think that it's kind of gone, really. This connection is kind of gone, but they've still left with all these feelings for you, and they might be feeling a bit defeated But there is this element of fear, and I think that's probably about just even owning up to themselves that they still have feelings for you, and certainly a fear around owning up to you. But I think deep within them, they still have feelings in this connection, certainly. Now, in terms of astrological signs, I mean, the King of Cups could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Ten of Swords is Gemini energy, and so is the Nine of Swords, which of course goes very well. Gemini always reminds me of the Lover's card, because it is the Lover's card in the tarot deck, and we've got the Two of Cups here. So I feel like this person is aware on some level that this was a very significant connection for them, and they still kind of like have that deep within them, but I just feel like there's a lot of front with them. They're not they're shielding themselves kind of like almost to going there, something like that. Let's see if we've got an angel card here. Oh, that one flew out. I'm just going to take it because it seems to want to come out. Faithfulness. Fidelity builds strong relationships. There might have been something around fidelity while this came into separation, or maybe they're thinking that maybe it's getting them to rethink fidelity, faithfulness. Maybe there was something around the situation that involved faithfulness and fidelity. But fidelity builds strong relationships. So, I mean, obviously that's true, isn't it? I mean, relationships tend to work best, I would think, or romantic relationships tend to work best. Of course, everyone has different views and ideas, but in terms of building trust, building a connection with somebody, building a strong foundation, then I would have thought that is true for a lot of relationships, really. But anyway, let's put that there. So let's now have a look to see, are they or do they want to reach out? Because sometimes people, might want to reach out and reconnect, but they might not be ready to reconcile. So let's just see, do they, let's have a look. Do they want to reach out, reconnect, reconcile with pile number 1? Please can you make it clear for me? Does pile number 1's person want to reach out, reconnect, or reconcile with pile number 1? Right there, the Nine of Cups. I mean, the Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment, pile number 1. So I think the answer to that is yes, just from that one card, because that is, I think right under the King of Cups as well. So I feel like this person definitely still has feelings for you. And they see, and it goes with the Two of Cups right here as your main card, They are still deep in the memory of this connection. They are still deep in the memory of it. And they are just remembering all the good times, and maybe they're regretting, that's something that they have lost. But there's something about them being fearful about owning up to that, I think. Does pile number 1's person want to reconnect, reach out, reconcile? Hierophant. And then this one's poking out, which is death. Right. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords. Interestingly, we have the Ten of Swords again. So this person, I think this person feels defeated in this situation. I think there's a contrast between how they are really feeling deep down, or there's a contrast in their, what I should say is there's a contrast in their feelings. So they have all this love for you. You are a wished fulfillment. They'd love for the situation to change and transform, because that is what the death card is. That is all about change and transformation. They would love to have commitment here with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is around commitment. So something about maybe moving it, if it was something that was before, maybe either in its early stages with the Page of Wands here, or maybe just a little bit of a hookup, or maybe just something that was a bit for fun, maybe, or they didn't really take it seriously, because these people look like they're having a good time, don't they? So maybe it was a situation where you were having a good time together. It was light-hearted, it was happy, it was fun, it was adventurous, it was, all that kind of stuff. But with the Hierophant being right underneath it kind of tells me that this person is maybe thinking either that they should have been more committed to it, or that they'd like to be more committed to it. So maybe there were some mistakes were made. Maybe with the waterproof here, in the connection before, they just kept it all on the surface, really. They just would go with the Page of Wands. They kept things on the surface. They didn't allow their emotions to get involved, or they thought they weren't allowing their emotions to get involved. It was like, you know, just kind of like a little bit like these raindrops, you know, because rain and water often symbolises emotions and feelings. You know, they were letting the feelings just kind of roll off them, and they thought they were, and it was all a bit of fun. But in separation, now they've realised that actually they've caught on to real feelings. They have deep feelings here with the King of Cups. They've caught on to real feelings for you. And they are either regretting that they should have been more committed, or they'd like to be more committed. And they would like the situation to transform here. But I feel like with this person there's a lot of fear. And I feel like they think they have missed the boat. It has that kind of element to it, because the overarching energy is the Nine of Wands, which is a very defensive energy. So maybe they're thinking that you are defensive. Maybe they are defensive to their own detriment, because actually, you know, they have all these deep feelings, but they're sort of putting on, like I say, sort of maybe putting on a bit of a front. Maybe there's a bit of pride in this situation, because the Ten of Swords is them feeling like the situation is over, like it's finished, like it's done, like it's the completion of a cycle. And at the moment, and that might be why we have the Fear card, so they're kind of caught up in all of that, and that sort of lack of hope that they feel, that lack of light, those fears that they have about moving forward, thinking that they've now got to go through life protecting their heart against how they're really feeling about you, is kind of sort of they're allowing that, I think, at the moment, to dominate them. So what I feel here is that they have all these feelings for you, but I don't at the moment see any cards about them reaching out to want to reconnect. I believe that they feel that the situation is sort of over, and they're allowing that to control them in some way, even though they have all these feelings for you. But it feels like they have to, or they're believing that they have to kind of push that down. They have to repress that in some way. They have to keep that. They have to kind of keep a lid on it. But that is not how they are feeling. But you are a wish fulfillment for them. They would love to have commitment with you, and they would love to change and transform it. But something in them is saying this situation is dead. But of course, with the Ten of Swords, there is always a little tiny glimmer of hope, because you always have this little sunrise here coming up in the Ten of Swords. And we even have it in this one, you know, the Ten of Swords, and it's all got this light behind it. So maybe just deep, and the absolute deep recesses of their heart, they are still clinging on somehow to a tiny little bit of hope. Because I'm just noticing the sun here in this background here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask actually whether they, you know, would reach out, whether they would consider reaching out to you. It feels to me like they've got all these feelings, they've got all these kind of like desires to make it committed, to transform it, but it's like little action here. So will pile number one's person actually reach out? You know, will they try and reconnect? Will they actually reach out for pile number one? Let's see, will they actually reach out for pile number one? Let's see. Will they actually reach out for pile number one? Please make it clear to me. Will they actually reach out? They seem to want to give me two, so I'm going to do this one, which is the Magician and the High Priestess, which is 1 and 2. The Magician and the High Priestess. I feel like here, I'm going to have one more card actually, because I just want to see if I've got an idea, but I just want to, will they actually reach out? Will they actually reach out? Please make it really clear to me. Will they actually reach out to pile number one? Will they actually reach out to pile number one? 6 of Cups. they've got such loving memories of you, and it goes with the Two of Cups. They see you as a very strong connection. This might have been somebody that you were with for a very long time with the Six of Cups here. I believe that they will reach out at some point, but I don't think it's going to be quick. I've got to say that. I don't think it's going to be quick, because the central to them is the High Priestess, which is still a very secret, inward energy. So I feel like they are not ready right now to reach out. They're still, maybe their fears are still dominating them. Maybe they need to kind of heal in some way. Maybe with the black and the white pillar here, they need to get some sort of balance within themselves. I think like with the Magician, they want to begin again, because the beginning of Magician is all about, you know, creating something, having all the right resources. Maybe it's something about them thinking that they need to gather themselves, get all the right resources, get everything they need to be able to come back to you. And I don't feel that's going to be necessarily quick. But they see you in such a loving way. Definitely, they see you in such a loving way, pile number one. But anyway, in terms of astrological signs, I mean, the Nine of Cups, that's Gemini, Hierophant is Taurus, and of course, Death is Scorpio energy. Six of Cups is Scorpio again. Yeah, so those are just some of the astrological signs. But I would say that this person at the moment is holding themselves back, is feeling that the situation is dead in the water. There's a tiny, teeny little bit of glimmer of hope that's shoved right down, that it's not really enough for them to take action right now. But I think they will eventually, because there's this sense of connection to you, there's this sense of history to you, there's this sense of kind of maybe you being the one for them. But anyway, pile number one, that's been your reading. I hope you liked it. If you have, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number two, welcome back to your reading. So today's reading, what are we doing? We're doing no contact. It's a no contact situation between you and your person. And we're looking really about how they're feeling within that, how they're feeling about within themselves, how they're feeling towards you. You know, and are they wanting to reach out, reconnect, maybe reconcile? So today you came into your reading under the Three of Pentacles. This is the Everyday Witch tarot that I'm using here, and you came in under the Three of Pentacles, which actually is a card about collaboration. It's about working together. And this witch looks like she's really trying to work something out, trying to figure something out, and getting some ideas maybe from some other people about how to do something. So there's that. And then you also came in under the beautiful Amethyst here. There we go. So I'm going to put that there. And I've got a couple of other oracle cards. So let's have a look. Oh, growth. Okay, this is looking quite good. And determination. And they actually look very determined, don't they? They look like they really want to try and figure something out. They're really trying to work something out. So just from these cards, you know, it feels like this person may be trying to work out something while they're in separation from you, and they may be trying to get guidance or support from others. They maybe want to grow in some way. Now that could be either with you or it could be on their own, but they've got some determination here. So I feel like your person is feeling strong, because there's a lot of yellow. There's a lot of yellow. I don't know if you can see that obviously this middle card is yellow. This growth card has a yellow sky, and then I'm just noticing that the witch is looking directly, or to me it seems she's looking directly at that yellow pentacle. So I feel like there might be a lot of confidence with this person at the moment around this situation. But let us see, or certainly with yellow, maybe a lot of hope, maybe a lot of optimism. But let's see how they are feeling. How is, you know, pile number two. Thanks for subscribing, commenting and sharing and liking. Really, really appreciate that. Thanks so much for doing that. So let's see, how is pile number two's person currently feeling about pile number two? You know, how they're feeling in themselves. What is going on for pile number two's person right now? We have the Ten of Swords. Now the Ten of Swords, I think that came up twice in pile number 1. So if you're drawn to pile number 1, you might want to listen to that. How is pile number 2's person currently feeling in themselves and about the connection? The Star, right. And also that one seems to want to come out, which is the Hanged Man. Right, okay. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. Yeah, I mean, the Queen of Wands goes with all the yellow. I feel like this person is hopeful, or they are feeling, I feel I kind of get with these ones as well. I feel like this person is quite hopeful of reconnection, of possibly reconciliation, but definitely reconnection, reaching out. I think they're planning. I think they might be planning about how to reconnect, how to grow the situation again. There's a lot of confidence with them. There's a lot of determination. They want to climb. If it feels like it's, you know, a mountain to climb, then I feel like they are working out how they're going to climb that mountain. But they are definitely, and they might be getting help from friends, family, or something, just to bounce off ideas about how to come forwards. Now, the Ten of Swords is normally about a situation which is about something that has kind of an end of a cycle, really, but obviously then after that there's a rising up. Now, in this particular depiction, they're really focused on the rising up, and I think that's what your person is really focused on. This Ten of Swords is a beautiful depiction of the Ten of Swords, because normally on the Ten of Swords the person is on the ground with some sort of swords in their back or something like that, and you might see a little glimmer of a light with a little glimmer of hope, representing a little glimmer of hope. But this one is all hope, really, isn't it? It's almost makes me feel like a 1, which is new beginnings. So my sense is that this person feels like they want a new beginning. The Star is about healing, wishing on a star, hoping, along with the Three of Pentacles, planning and preparing, but also hoping for growth, for regrowth in some way, I think, in this situation. I mean, the Star is about hope, it's about healing, and this person is literally wishing on that star. But they're sort of stuck with the Hanged Man here. There's a sense of element of feeling stuck in and suspended. But the Hanged Man is about knowing, and again it goes with the Three of Pentacles, having to see something from a new perspective, having to see something from a new angle. So maybe in this period of separation, what I think they're feeling is that they need to reconsider. They need to look at maybe why the situation came into separation and work out a better way of doing it. Collaborate with you maybe. So maybe if it wasn't a collaborative connection before, maybe they're thinking with the Three of Pentacles here that there needs to be more collaboration in order for the situation to grow and develop. There needs to be more communication, better communication maybe. So the Hanged Man is, I mean, again, this Hanged Man is a pretty relaxed Hanged Man. So in that period of separation, suspension, I don't feel that this person feels that it is the end of this situation. They are looking for inspiration, looking for other ways of doing things. They probably know that they need to do it, but they're pretty relaxed. And it goes with this whole idea of what I said before. I feel this person has a lot of confidence. And of course, the overarching energy is the Queen of Wands. Well, all wands. Wands is about confidence. It's about energy. It's about passion. It's about... they may be watching you with the star and all the little lights around the Queen of Wands, because the Queen of Wands is a very charismatic individual. She's got a lot of power. She's actually got the wand in her hand. She's got a lot of, she's got this little light in her hand. So it feels to me like they're seeing that you kind of shine, that you stand out in some way still for them. With the star card here as well, central to the reading, you still stand out to them. You are still somebody that they feel very attracted to, that they feel very drawn to, that they feel very passionate about. And I don't feel like they want this situation to go in any way. I don't feel like they feel it is over. Or if it is over, they're working hard to think about how they can come up with ways to reconnect. And they are doing that here with the Hanged Man and the Three of Pentacles. And this growth card, they want things to sort of grow again between you, I feel. They want there to be a rebirth. It's almost making me think of the Judgment card, which is a call to action, a rising up, a levelling up, something moving and being better, because it's kind of risen from something that has maybe not, has been dead, or wasn't very good. So it's kind of like a leveling up, really, an improvement in some way. So in terms of astrological signs, I mean, the star is Aquarius energy, Ten of Swords is Gemini energy, and the Hangman is Pisces energy. Queen of Wands could be any of the fire signs of Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. So let's see if we've got an angel card here for us. Let's see. What else have we got for pile number 2 and their person in this no contact situation? Maybe a bit of angel guidance here. What have we got for them? Triangle. Evaluate your emotions for a firm decision. Maybe there was something, we've got the 3 of Pentacles here. So maybe there was something where there was a triangular situation in this, a third party situation in some way. And that might be why it came into separation. But with this 3 of Pentacles here, which does actually, 3 sides to a triangle, and this, which looking directly at that one yellow pentacle, it makes me feel like maybe they're in separation. They're making a choice in some way. There's a choice that they're making here. But anyway, that might be relevant to some of you. But let's see what else we've got. Let's see, do they actually want to reconnect? Do they want to reach out? Do they want to reconcile, maybe? Let's see. Because sometimes, you can want to reach out and reconnect, depending on where you are in this no contact situation. I mean, you might be having this reading about somebody that you've always liked, but you haven't had any contact with them for, 1, 2, 3 years plus. Or it could be that it's somebody that you split up with, a week ago, a month ago, or whatever. So, people can sometimes, I've recently had somebody that I knew from many, 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 many years ago, just reaching out and reconnecting with me, but it's not about reconciliation. So it's just really to be aware of that. Do they want to reach out? Do they want to reconnect? And is there any cards here that might show reconciliation? So, does pile number 2's person want to reconnect, reach out, and reconcile with pile number 2? Please make it clear to me. What do we have here? Oh, Judgment. Now, what did I say? Right under the 10 of Swords, which I said reminded me, it reminded me of the Judgment card, which is a rising up, a calling up, a call to action, making this situation better. That's uncanny, isn't it? What we've got here, Ace of Wands, new beginning. And I feel like that one wants to come out, I don't know why. But anyway, and the 2 of Cups, pile number 2. So 100%. And the 4 of Wands, oh my goodness. This person is, 100% they want to be with you. 100% they're going to reach out. 100% they want to reconcile. I mean, they see you as, I feel like they're figuring it out. I feel like this is the 3 of Pentacles. It's a strong sense of figuring it out, making this situation grow, making it better. And this is a call to action. So I feel like they are going to act, at some point. And I feel like it's relatively soon. I'm not sure if it's right away, but it feels to me like it's relatively soon, because this trumpet is saying, come on, let's get going. So I feel like they want to do that. Ace of Wands is about a brand new, passionate beginning with you. And again, there's a lot of yellow again in this, isn't there? So there's a lot of confidence. I feel like there's a lot of confidence. I feel like this situation is going to somehow make them feel more powerful or more in control or more, it's going to maybe improve their confidence, increase your confidence. I feel like they think you are a dream team, that you work really well together. It might be a work connection here with 3 of Pentacles, because that is sometimes a work card. So maybe you worked with this person as well as having a romantic feelings for them and a romantic connection with them. That there was you worked together in some way, and I feel like they are seeing you as a sort of dream team, not only in a work environment, but obviously as a couple, as a partnership. Because right next to the Ace of Wands, you've got the 2 of Cups. Well, the 2 of Cups is, one of the main cards that you can have in a romance reading, one of the main positive cards that you can have in a romance reading, and it's based on, and it is, 2 of Cups also was the main card for pile number 1. So again, you might want to listen to pile number 1. But the 2 of Cups is, a connection that is built on, a firm foundation of friendship, a firm foundation of really knowing each other well. So this might have been somebody For some of you that you were with for quite a while, you know, maybe it's just a row that you've had and that you're just in a bit of a no contact situation, but there's no way that this situation is going to come, you know, is not going to reconnect or is not going to get back together in some way, because there's just too much, well, there's just too much attraction here. And there's also, I just get the sense that you're a bit of a duo. So you might, you might kind of work together, or you might be a bit of a power couple. There might be something like that going on here. I mean, the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands, I mean, you know, if you believe in soulmate, twin flame energy, that, you know, that's, I mean, the Two of Cups right next to the Four of Wands. I mean, that is a very strong, you know, a strong indication that this is a really, 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 this person sees this connection. It could be something that you might have been married. You might have been married with this person. With the triangle card, maybe something interfered. It doesn't have to be a person, but maybe something interfered in the connection. It brought in separation in some way. But the overarching energy is that this person wants this, you know, this connection back with you, this really happy connection, this bonded connection, this joyful, because the Four of Wands is also a joyful card, a celebration card. Like, again, it can be marriage. Maybe this person is thinking of marriage in some way, or more commitment with you. Certainly with the Two of Cups here, because that goes with, like I say, you know, a relationship that has a firm foundation of, a solid foundation of friendship, which, you know, all long-term committed relationships have. They are usually, you know, successful ones, are underpinned by a strong, solid friendship base. Because, you know, when the lust and the romance and all of that kind of fades, which inevitably it does to some degree, you know, you've got to be able to get on with each other. You've got to be able to, you know, bond with each other. You've got to have things in common with each other to keep it all fresh and going, really. So I feel like this person is seeing you very much in that way. But let's see if we've got any other cards here for you. Card number. This is looking really, really positive. So I definitely don't feel that this person thinks that this situation is by any means over. And I feel like they may be working things out, a strategy or a plan in some way, about how they're going to move this situation forward again, about how they're going to... and there's that it might seem like a bit of a tall order. That might be why we have the determination card here. But they're not going to give up. They're just feeling very confident, and they're determined to overcome whatever obstacles there might be to getting this situation back on track. In terms of astrological signs, did I say Two of Cups? That is Cancer energy. Ace of Wands could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then the Four of Wands is Aries energy again. So let's see if there's anything else for pile number 2. And their person, what does this say? Stability, set a solid foundation. That might be why you've got the Two of Cups, because now they want it to be stable and solid and firm. They want to build up a foundation with you. Maybe, you know, like I said, this is a triangular situation. Maybe something got in the way to rock the stability of it, or that it wasn't stable before. It was a, you know, like a cyclical thing, or it was just a fun thing, or it was just a hookup or something like that. And now they're thinking, no, I want this situation to be more committed now. So maybe we've got that there. Let's see what else we've got for pile number 2 and their person, please. Ahead, focus on what's in front. So this person might be thinking, let's try to let go of the past, try to let go of what has gone on before, and let's be positive. And with all the yellow here, you know, the yellow star, the yellow card, the yellow pentacle, the yellow sky, the yellow in the Four of Wands, the yellow in the Ace of Wands, and the yellow that the Queen of Wands is sitting on. Yellow is all about empowerment, feeling empowered, feeling confident, feeling focused, wanting to, push ahead. So I feel like it goes with this, really, that they very much want to move into the future and be positive about the future. Yeah. So let's have one more. I feel like this one is coming. Limbo. Seek clarity on mixed signals. Now that, interestingly, the Hanged Man is all about feeling a little bit like you are in limbo. So maybe at the moment they're feeling like it's a bit in limbo, the situation. Maybe there were mixed signals in the situation before. Maybe there were, things that weren't clear before. but that isn't the energy that is coming out now. I feel like they really want to push forward and move forward towards you, pile number 2. But anyway, that has been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, and welcome back to your reading. So today we are doing, aren't we, a no contact situation with your person. You know, we're going to be looking at how they're feeling within that, in themselves, how they're feeling about you, how they're feeling about the connection. And then we're also going to look at how, you know, whether they want to reach out, whether they want to reconnect, and maybe whether they want to reconcile. So you came into the reading under the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands. And I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot for this particular first card here. There we go, Page of Wands. And the little selenite here. So I'm going to put that there. I also got a couple of oracle cards. We have got card number 37, which is preparation. Okay, so 37 cancels down to 10, which is also, you know, endings of cycles, an end of a cycle. So that goes with the whole no contact or situation possibly. Oh, and then we've got sadness. Okay, so you know, when I see this card, what I feel is, I mean, obviously this page is on the road, isn't they? They're on a road. And this page and the cat are both looking back at each other. So they're going in their own direction, but they're turning back, looking at each other. So it makes me feel like this person is still looking back on the situation, and maybe they're knowing that you're still looking back on the situation. So maybe there's a bit of a pull. What it makes me feel is that there's still a little bit of, you're each on your separate paths, if you like, because the page and the cat are going in different directions. But you're still looking back, you're still harking back. But in the middle is this little kind of, I think it's a little, looks like a little gecko or something. A little bit of an obstacle in the way of you, in the middle of the situation, or something in the middle of the situation. But there's still a pull. There's still a pull here. But maybe also a desire to move apart. So something like that going on. Because there's sadness, so I feel like in this situation there is sadness. There's a sadness that, because both these, certainly this page doesn't look very happy. I mean, the cat looks a bit happier, so maybe somebody is feeling sadder than the other in this particular separation. But there's certainly sadness for somebody, or upset for somebody in this situation. And 37, we have preparation. So somebody's getting ready for something, preparing for something. So let's see, so what is going on? So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how they are feeling in themselves about you, about the connection, first of all, and then we're going to look at whether they want to reconnect, reach out, possibly reconcile. So let's start off with that first. Thank you very much if you've subscribed, if you have liked or commented or even shared. Thank you so much for doing that. So let's see, does pile number 3's person, how I should say, how is pile number 3's person feeling in themselves? How are they feeling towards, so we've got the 7 of Cups, and that's interesting because, I mean, you could read that first card as a little bit of confusion with them, and maybe with you even, in terms of just being on their path, but also looking back. So this is about, 7 of Cups is confusion, not being clear, or feeling like they've got lots of choices. Maybe in this situation there was a bit of immature energy, because the Page of Wands is, you know, pages are very young energy. The Page of Wands in particular can be a little bit selfish, can be a little bit focused, or quite a lot focused on themselves. They're quite spontaneous and maybe a little bit reckless in their behaviour. So maybe there was something like that went on in the situation. But the 7 of Cups can be about confusion. It can be about daydreaming as well. So maybe this person is still harking back, still dreaming about the situation, but maybe they thought they had a lot of choices, or maybe there was a lot of choices for them, or they felt there was a lot of choices, or they couldn't make a decision, and that may be why the situation, or that's why the situation came into separation, possibly for some of you. But let's have a look. So how is this person? They're still feeling confused. They're still feeling conflicted about the connection, about you. So it's not sort of something that they've completely forgotten about. How is pile number 3's person feeling right now about pile number 3? I feel like that one wants to come out. 5 of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. And also at the bottom of the deck we have the Four of Cups. Yeah. So they're not, well, they're certainly not, and that might be why we have this page looking a little bit unhappy and the cat not looking quite so unhappy. So one person, I think it might be your person, is not as happy, and that might be why we've got the sadness. They're not as happy in the separation. I'm not suggesting, I don't know how you're feeling, but that I feel like they are feeling unhappy because we have the Five of Pentacles, which is feeling left out in the cold. So I mean, even if you look at this card, like one person is just in their body language, they're more wanting to go back towards the other, whereas the cat is only turning its head. You know, so there's sort of an inequality, I think, or maybe your person is feeling there's an inequality of between the two of you about kind of like wanting to connect or wanting to reconnect. I feel like they are very sad. They may be feeling like they want to come back to you more than you want to go back to them, possibly. But there's this sense of coldness in the situation, a sense of feeling fed up. There's also this Four of Cups here, which is feeling fed up. But it could be that they are either feeling that you are fed up, or they are fed up, or somebody just not being able to appreciate or see the good in the situation, not being able to see what this lovely mermaid, or it looks like a lovely mermaid, is offering this young boy here, but all he can do is sit under the tree with his arms folded, looking down at these other cups in front of him. He's oblivious to this beautiful mermaid trying to give him something. So I feel like the person is deep in feeling dissatisfied, feeling confused, feeling out in the cold, wanting, I feel like this person does want to collaborate with you, with the Three of Pentacles here. They want to try and figure things out. And that goes very well with the preparation card, because this person looks like they're in their study, they're trying to work things out, they're writing things down, it looks to me like they're making a plan, they've got their potion, they've got their quill, they've got everything they need, they've got the cat maybe for luck, maybe with the black cat, that's a reference to, cats having 9 lives, they never die, so maybe they're thinking that this situation isn't dead for me. But I do feel but equally I'm a bit confused. Maybe I need to work things out. Maybe I need to figure things out. I'm confused. I'm fed up. I'm out in the cold. I need to try and work on myself. Maybe there's something about them feeling I need to try and work on myself based on what might have gone on in this connection. Maybe I was a little bit immature. Maybe I was selfish. Maybe I was silly. Maybe I didn't appreciate pile number 1. Something like that. Oh, not pile number 1, pile number 3, but that might be a reference to listen to pile number 1. And I need to prepare. I feel like I need to prepare. I need to work on myself. I need to get better in some way. This might be a work thing for some of you with the Three of Pentacles. That can be a work connection. So maybe this is somebody that you might have had a crush on, that you worked with, and now you've left that workplace and you were just wondering if they, and you haven't got any contact with them and you're wondering how they're feeling. So there's something like that going on with them. So I don't feel that they are... Now, for some reason, I'm being drawn to the rainbow in this cup here. There's a little rainbow in that cup. So I'm feeling like rainbows can mean lots of things, but to me, they always represent the energetic system, your chakras, which, when in alignment, are, mean that you're in alignment, that you are balanced. So it always represents balance to me, as well as also, equality. So maybe there was something about this situation where it wasn't equal, or it wasn't fair in some way, or maybe somebody didn't behave fairly or properly, and maybe now they're thinking, I should have been fairer. I should have been more balanced, I should have been more inclusive, I should have included pile number 3 more in my life, perhaps. I should have been more collaborative. So maybe there are regrets. I should have been more collaborative with pile number 3, possibly. Something like that. And now I'm paying for it. Now I feel sad and upset. And now I need to work on myself, because actually I might have done things that weren't quite right. Maybe I wasn't appreciative with the 4 of Cups here. Maybe I just wasn't appreciative. I didn't appreciate this connection at all. And I've got regrets now, and that's why I'm looking back But maybe pile number 3 is on her way, or on their way, I should say, not her way. But you could be a man or a woman looking at this reading, but maybe they are on their way. Maybe they think back towards me, possibly. I hope they do. But I'm sort of thinking back very much towards them. But there's this little obstacles that are still in the way of this connection. Or maybe they're thinking these are only little obstacles. Maybe they're thinking, well, they're only little obstacles. This little gecko is only a little obstacle. Maybe we can, maybe I can reach out. Maybe I can reconcile. But anyway, let's see what comes up in a moment. But with the 7 of Cups, that is Scorpio energy. 5 of Pentacles is Taurus energy. 3 of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. 4 of Cups is Cancer energy. So let's get an angel card here. What have we got here for pile number 3, please? See, what have we got? What angel card have we got for pile number 3 on this no contact situation? I feel like 2 of them want to come out. I didn't have 2 at this point in the reading with the other piles, but let's see. Gratitude, a thank you goes a long way. Denial, see the truth in the situation. So maybe somebody is in denial about this situation. And also I do feel like your person, because again, the 4 of Cups is it can be seen as a little bit of an ungrateful energy. So maybe they should have been, or maybe they're thinking, and maybe you're thinking too, pile number 3, that this person should have been more thankful. They should have been, more thankful, for more giving in the situation, more. Rather than, because with the Page of Wands, they might have been quite cocky or quite selfish or quite full of themselves in some way. And they should have shown a little bit more grace in the situation, a little bit more kindness maybe. Denial, see the truth in the situation. So maybe somebody, or maybe they're thinking, or you're thinking that somebody is in denial in this situation. They're not seeing what's really gone on in the situation. And that could be with the dream, 7 of Cups here, because that is a daydreaming card, like dreaming castles in the sky, not really thinking in reality. So maybe they are, maybe you're just having this reading out of curiosity and you've got no intention of getting back with this person, but you're just wondering how they are feeling. But maybe they're deep in denial and thinking that they could come towards you. That could be a specific message for some of you. But anyway, let us see what else we have here. So let's see, let's ask, will pile number 3's person, or does pile number 3's person want to reach out and reconnect? Do they want to reach out and reconnect? Does pile 2 of Wands? There might have been a lot of, with this person, a lot of indecisive energy in the connection. They may have been somebody who just, wasn't able to commit, or wasn't able to, just wanted fun with the Page of Wands here. Just wasn't in, and that could have been why it came into separation. They just weren't committed. They were dilly-dallying. There was a sort of a wishy-washy energy to them, because that can be the 2 of Wands. It can be somebody that's not, because this is about waiting. It comes under the 7 of Cups, which can be sort of, this dreaming, confused energy. 2 of Wands not really making a proper decision, still weighing things up, still, also maybe still thinking that they've got options. So that might be what happened with some of you. Will pile number 2's person reconnect? Do they want to reconnect? Do they want to reach out? Do they want to reconcile? Please, can you make it clear to me? 5 of Pentacles under the 5 of Pentacles. So they definitely feel out in the cold here. Do they want to reach out? Do they want to reconcile? Ace of Swords, which is a new beginning. 6 of Cups. Right, okay. I feel that I don't think there's any doubt that this person is now realising that they hold you now. It may be too late, pile number 3, but they hold you in high regard. The 6 of Cups is a very, it's kind of like, if you believe in soulmate twin, it's like a soulmate type energy. It's such a loving, I feel like this person, I think I said it before, this person is having memories, is looking back, is harking back, because the Six of Cups is a nostalgic energy. It's a very, very, very nostalgic energy. And they are, maybe they're thinking that you are fed up and that you are not interested anymore in this situation. And they are looking back in a very nostalgic way, a very loving way. But my sense is that they... if I'm honest here, I don't, it's not because they don't feel for you, I just don't feel they are ready to reach out at this point or to reconnect, because you've got the Five of Pentacles right under the Five of Pentacles. So I think that they feel that they are solidly kind of like out in the cold here. They are out in the cold. Or what I should say is, I don't feel that they want to reconnect in any near future. I feel like this is something... and I'll pull another card on it in a minute. I feel like this is possibly something that they might want to do like quite a bit later down the track, because I feel like this person knows that they need to work on themselves. They know that they need, and that goes why we've got the Two of, because there's a lot of, they were probably indecisive, a little bit selfish, weren't maybe ready for a committed relationship. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. And I feel at the moment they are not ready for that still. There's still this element of, I feel like they'd like to be with the Ace of Swords here. I feel like they'd like to have a brand new beginning that's built on truth and honesty and integrity and authenticity. But they're not there yet, because it comes under the Three of Pentacles, which is them sort of working on that. So I feel like if they were dishonest in the past, if they weren't right in the past, or if they behaved in a sort of uncommitted way or whatever, they kind of know that, but they're not there yet in terms, and they know that if they came back towards you, well, one, I think they're feeling that you probably wouldn't have them, but if they did come back towards you, they would need to be clear. They would need to be clear, because we've got the Seven of Cups, which is confusion, and then ending we've got the Ace of Swords, which is absolute clarity. So I think they know that they would need to be really clear and purposeful and committed and honest and true. And I think that is still something that is work in progress for them. So, but the overarching energy is that they see you in this very loving way. There is a lot of love, and that's why we've got this Page of Wands looking back down the road, having memories of the situation, and there's a sadness here, and that's why you've got the sadness, and that's why you've got the Five of Pentacles twice, because that is a very, very, very sad, and it's right central to the reading. They are very, very sad. They feel very much out in the cold from this situation, but they kind of know that if they come back towards it, they've got to be very, very, very different, and they can't do that yet. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I feel like they can't do that yet. But maybe they're thinking, well, maybe at some point in the distant future, I might be able to come back. But let's see. Let's ask. At this point, would they want to reconcile with pile number 3? In the distant future, is that something that they want? Is that something that they would dream about? Is that something that they would want? Yes, Temperance, which is balance, and this one, which is the Fool and a new beginning. So I feel like I said, I feel like this person in a long sort of like it's not immediate for them. I feel like they're just not ready to have immediate reaching out, reconciling, getting back with you. But it is something, because of this Six of Cups here, that is maybe a situational connection that they just can't let go of. But maybe they're thinking, at the moment, we both need to just go our own separate ways. We both need to still hark back, still have our memories, still have our nostalgia. Obviously, if you want that pile number 3, you might not want that. But they are thinking, I've still got my memories of pile number 3. That connection was, even if I didn't realise it at the time, was a really significant connection for me. But I'm not ready. I've got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of preparation to do. I'm sad. I'm sad that I'm not with pile number 3. I'm sad that we have no contact. But right now, I am not ready, because I know that if I do go back to pile number 3, I'm going to have to be absolutely on the money. I'm going to have to be on the ball and be completely committed to that situation, and I'm not at that point yet. But in the dream, maybe a dream or in the distant future, it will be great to have balance. And it's funny, isn't it? Because I noticed the rainbow in this Seven of Cups, which to me is about balance. It is about energetic balance, and it is about equality and inclusiveness, and that is also represents balance to me. Being a balance, inclusivity is balance. So temperance is balance. That's the main message of it. And the Fool is a new beginning. It might be a bit of a risk, might be a leap of faith, but I think at some point in the future, maybe in the long distant future, they would like to revisit the situation again. Now, in terms of astrological signs, I mean, obviously, Temperance is Sagittarius, Two of Wands is Aries, Five of Pentacles is Taurus, Ace of Swords could only be any of the air signs of Libra, Aquarius or Gemini. But anyway, pile number 3, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, then please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.